Hey guys, we are here with Big Brother Canada, season 10, episode 21. Now, we last left off with Moose going home. Gino was the HOH. Originally, he had a plan to get rid of Marty. So he wanted to backdoor him. But later on, as things went on and his two nominees kind of stayed on the block, and Helena won the POV, he changed his mind and realized it's better to keep Marty in the game, which is clearly a smart idea, and changed his mind on that and decided to just keep the same and just get rid of Moose. Then JC Lynn won. She won a secret power of veto that only lasted for that week, and she decided not to use it. From this week, we go to the HOH competition. Moose pretty much already told, Marty before he went out that there was a secret plan to get him backdoored, and it was a plan of Gino. It was the plan of Gino. So this is a smart thing that Gino did immediately before the competition even started, because he couldn't compete. He decided to tell Marty that JC Lynn actually had the secret power of veto, and if he really wanted to backdoor him, he could have done it, but decided not to, which was kind of true and also kind of a lie. It was half truth, but it was also a smart move because Marty has pretty much no one in the house, and he's starting to realize it. And he doesn't want to go against Gino at this point because both of them could pretty much win things. And especially JC Lynn, the only one competing with Marty for wins right now is JC Lynn. She's a dangerous player in this game. Her social game is kind of trash, but that is where Gino comes in. And I'm starting to think that the winner of this season is probably going to be JC Lynn, just from the way she's playing the game, using Gino as a shield. And no one is looking at her at the moment. They're going to go after Gino before they go after her, and they're going to go after Marty before they go after either one of them. So her game is looking pretty good so far. I had a few predictions as to who was going to win this HOH, and I was kind of on the money a little bit, but as to who's gonna take it. All right, let me show you the competition. So this is what the competition looks like. They pretty much have to hold on to this right now. And I think what I predicted was going to be JC Lynn winning and Betty doing very well in this competition. Helena, Kevin, I didn't think was going to make it. Definitely not Summer. And I think that's Josh on the end there. That's Marty over here. And this is Betty. And who's over here? Who's between those two? I can't remember who that is. Was it? No, it's not Kevin. Kevin is over here. Who am I missing? I could figure this out. We got Kevin, JC Lynn, Summer, Betty, Kevin, and Josh, and then you got Gino over here. Who? Looks like a female as well. Okay, we got Summer, Betty. I'm not going to figure it out. I'm just not. Yeah, so anyways, the person that I thought was going to do very well was Betty and JC Lynn. JC Lynn, she actually did very well. The problem was eventually it came down to like 4 of them. I think it was Josh, Kevin, Josh, Marty, Betty, Marty, Betty, and JC Lynn. But JC Lynn dropped because no upper body strength. They kind of had to change because they were going for so long. They had to change the rules, and it became a part where they only had to hold themselves up with their arms. They couldn't wedge themselves on the walls. And JC Lynn first out as soon as they changed the rules. And yeah, she just couldn't make it. She has no upper body strength. I mean, she was a figure skater, so it was just like all legs. There was a crazy part where Kevin was the first one to go out. He mentioned that he's 220 pounds, and that blew my mind. This dude is 5 years younger than me. He's shorter than me. I'm 5'11". He's like 5'9". I weigh 184, and that's mostly because of muscle. And this dude has like 40 pounds on me almost. How is that possible? Why would anyone allow themselves to get that big? That is just crazy. But that's besides the point. I don't know. It irks me because as you get older, that extra weight becomes worse and worse. It's like putting more weight on a crumbling foundation. Like when it's brand new, you put on a bunch of weight, you're like, oh, it's going to hold it up. But as it gets weaker and you keep putting on weight, it's not good for your health, man. But ultimately, the person that I didn't think was going to win, which actually won, I mean, I thought he was going to do well. When I predicted it at first, I didn't think he was actually going to win, but Marty all won. Marty actually won. And it came down between him and Betty. Those were the final two up there. And then Betty dropped out. But you know what? I hated on Betty a lot, but I got to say, the way she performed in this competition, I was kind of rooting for her. I like competitive people, and she was giving it her all in this competition, and I gotta give her some respect. You know, Betty's not all that bad. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is perform, and I'll love you. But it's not looking good for her. Gino's making up with Marty. Marty's feeling the pressure. He's supposed to have a final two with Helena, but Helena is not really having his back that much. She spends a lot of time talking with Kevin, and they're plotting together because those two are the actual final two. And so Marty's just alone by himself, always spazzing out and kind of losing his stuff. He's just not good at the social aspect of the game, which is fair because he kind of goes rogue every time he has power. He mostly is scatterbrained and doing a lot because he's not forming those relationships with people that allows him to trust them. And if he doesn't trust people, that's why he's going rogue every time he has power, because he doesn't know who he can trust, and he's trying to get rid of the person that is most dangerous to him in that moment. And especially before Moose went out, Moose already told him everyone is trying to get him out. That's why that backdoor plan was even in effect. So now he's worried that everyone is trying to get rid of him. And he just won 3 HOHs like in a row. Basically, everyone that he could play, he pretty much won in a row. So he's freaking killing the game. He's really doing very well. And I don't like his social game, but he's winning, and I gotta give it to him. I just want him to freaking really pull his social game together, but he can't do it at this point because he has so many wins under his belt and people are already against him. But also, it'll hurt him because of jury management. I'm so sick of seeing Big Brother when good players don't get the money because the jury is just salty. And it's just always disappointing. So that at this point, he needs to keep someone else around that the jury doesn't really like. He can't have likable people next to him. And that's why it's a bad idea for him to even have Helena up there. Why would he find a final two with Helena? That is insane. People like her. She doesn't make any overt moves that people can see. and know that she's out to get them. It's just not a good idea. So he basically told Gino that him and JC Lynn can kick their feet up, which is a famous line of Marty, because every time he says that to people, he ends up putting them on the block. But I don't think he's going to do it this time. I'm still trying to figure out which person I couldn't remember. It's not Helena. It's not Marty. It's not. Oh, it was Helena. Damn. It was Helena. I said her name, but I didn't realize that was her sitting up there. All right, you got this is the final two up there holding on, and you can see Betty's really struggling right there. She just doesn't have a solid foundation. What she's doing right here is just not going to work. That's why he put both his feet together, and he could get a good grip there and lighten his weight a little bit and get his back on the wall. That's a good move. What she's doing right here, she's trying to relieve her arms because her upper body strength is not really good, but she's just putting more weight on her arms by doing that. It seems like a relief because they're changing positions, but you're putting more weight on your arms and your back right there, which is not a sustainable position. And yeah, it's curtains for her. All right, so Marty wins. He pretty much told Josh that Josh is going on the block and his real target is actually Helena. All right, so Helena and Josh are having kind of having a breakdown. Right. Kevin and Helena is chilling. I mean, I said Josh and Helena before, but I meant Josh and Betty. But as you can see right here, Kevin and Helena just chilling, just eating. The two people that should be probably going on a diet just spend a lot of time eating. Right, and then I think he he had the Wendy's meal. Every winner gets kind of a Wendy's meal, and they get to invite people to go on that meal with them. But this time, in order to kind of mend fences with Betty, I guess it was just a jury management thing because Josh mentioned something about jury management to him. He decided to send Helena and Betty on the Wendy's date instead of himself and Betty, which I don't know. He did it because neither one of them had a Wendy's date, but first of all, Helena spent all day eating. I don't think she's ever been on slop. And now she's getting a Wendy's meal as well. And Betty pretty much hates him. She's not going to vote for him. I don't know why he did that. And another thing that really annoyed me this episode, there was a vote to give safety to one player, and Canada voted, and the person they chose was Summer, the most useless and annoying person in the game. Summer, they chose to save. Why? Just so freaking annoying. So Summer is safe. They get to the vote. They get to the nominations, and he did what he said he was going to do. He put up Josh and Betty. See if I can get a, oops. There we go. All right. As you can see there, his final well, not his final nominations. They still got to play POV, but it's Josh and Betty, and you can see them making the same face while looking at him give his little speech. All right, so I'm actually looking forward to this POV because he can't. Everyone else is his ally except for Summer, and he can't put Summer up as a replacement nominee. So this is the best chance for either Josh or Betty to take themselves off. But even if they do that, they still wouldn't have enough votes to save one of them, except for Josh, because he has a secret alliance with Helena and Kevin. The only problem is they wouldn't expose themselves to save him. So the best bet is for him to get, no, even if he does get off the block, they would still vote off Betty because they get to keep Josh, get rid of Betty, and still keep their alliance with Kevin. Damn. There's really no way to save any one of them. Well, unless Betty got off the block. Unless Betty get off the block, then he would most likely put up one of the showmances, which would be either, he'll most likely put up JC Lynn, but he'll probably be between JC Lynn and Gino. So I'm excited to see what it's going to be. So until next time.